Somebody call Chuck D and let him know that the Uzi doesn't weigh a ton anymore. IWI has modernized the best-selling submachine gun of all time and produced a semi-automatic version for all of us crazed fans in the States. I'm sure that you'll be surprised to hear this, but I'm a huge fan of the Uzi. I first noticed the Uzi in 1980s action films like Terminator and Delta Force. Then, later in life, I got the chance to shoot a real carbine version and was very surprised about how manageable it was. Virtually no recoil, very accurate, and extremely easy to shoot. The Uzi is actually older than most people realize. It was first designed by Major UZI Carbine in the late 1940s with a prototype by 1950. It was first introduced to the Israeli Defensive Force in 1954, then went on to be adopted by over 90 countries worldwide. I have the classic UZI Carbine and the classic pistol and have a great appreciation for them both. So, of course, I was intrigued by the idea of IWI resurrecting such an iconic firearm and giving it a bit of a facelift. Now, I'm all for improvement, but sometimes you shouldn't mess with perfection. So let's talk about what has changed. First off, the lower is now polymer, but it's very rigid, and actually when I first picked it up, I thought that it was steel. IWI says that they did this to shave weight, and it does. The new UZI Pro weighs in at about 3.5 pounds, which is significantly lighter than the original UZI Carbine, which weighed in at about 7.75 pounds. However, the UZI Pro is actually closer in size to the UZI Pistol, which only weighs in at 3.75 pounds. So that's really only a reduction of 1/4 pound, but they did add Picatinny rail and a larger charging handle. And these are heavy guns, so any reduction in weight is welcome. The position of the magazine releases also moved to a more familiar American-style location. This is nice and makes reloads a little quicker. However, if you have a bunch of old Uzi mags, they don't work in the UZI Pro because of the location of the release. One positive is the new UZI Pro mags do work in the classic Uzis. And I'm sure if anyone felt so inclined, a little Dremel work on those old mags could get them working in the new UZI Pro. The UZI Pro comes with a 20-round and a 25-round magazine where legal. And 32-round magazines are available and in stock at IWI's web store. I have some 32s on the way. Charging handle is on the side now. When I first saw this, I wasn't really sure because I'm accustomed to my older models, but this is a big improvement. It's much quicker to charge, and you don't have to mess with your sight picture to charge the weapon. In my opinion, and much to my surprise, the biggest improvement is the Picatinny rails. There's one on the bottom to hold a flashlight or laser, and one on the top to hold a red dot or other optic. Shooting the UZI Pro with a red dot is a ridiculous amount of fun. Shooting the classic UZI Pistol wasn't as enjoyable for me because you want to shoot an Uzi fast, and it's hard to line up the iron sights quickly for follow-up shots. Because of its size, I don't have this complaint about the UZI Carbine. It eats up the recoil, and you can get right back on target very quickly. The Pro with a red dot is amazingly quick to get back on target and makes shooting the Pro a blast. It's hard to put into words just how much fun this gun is to shoot. Now, practical purposes for the UZI Pro may be a bit scarce. It's not exactly a concealed carry piece. It could make a good home defense gun because of its relatively small size and its available capacity of 32 rounds. With a red dot, it's more than combat accurate. Add a flashlight and this is one straight up scary looking gun. Just pull it on an intruder and they'll wet themselves. The Uzi isn't about being practical though. It's an icon, a piece of history, and the most important feature of the UZI Pro is that it makes this great firearm available to a whole new generation of consumers.